Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to series that I will start and never finish. This time I'm actually going to try and start and finish a series through a series I am going to be doing, I've said that way too many times, called Kentauri Dreams. My idea for this series is that our aim is to get to Alfa Centauri. But we're not just going to get there. We're going to go on a colonization mission. It's going to be, I hope it's going to be quite nice and enjoyable. We're starting out, however, in science mode because I'm not sure if Galaxies Unbound, the mod I'm using, supports career. And as I said, as of such, I'm going to be playing this in science mode. Also because I find career a bit boring. So I don't know why I just jumped into the spaceplane hangar. We're going to need to jump into the VAB. And we shall, of course, start building. Now there's a glitch. I'm using BlackRack's volumetric clouds for this. There's a glitch with the volumetric clouds mod that basically it basically makes some clouds show up in the VAB. Don't quite know why. It just does. So, I mean, what can I do about that, really? Anyways, you can see our construction of our first rocket here. Simple. I don't know why I'm putting these cubic things in, but they just kind of looked neat, so I did. And we're gonna put 2 mystery goo units on the side, and then what to name it? Feel like something majestic. I'm gonna name it the Trajectory 1. And there we are. The Trajectory 1 is ready to be sent up. So, of the Galaxies Unbound mods, I've installed just one to keep my game at a reasonable loading time. This obviously being the Alfa Centauri mod. I have always loved the Galaxies Unbound series of mods. But let's take that aside though, as we are ready to launch. As you can see, beautiful with parallax here. I'm going to get 2UFX on for a bit of, oh, that looks rather nice. Why not? And for a cinematic first launch in 3, 2, 1, launch! And as you can see, we are obviously flying up at past the speed of sound at this point. We observe the goo quickly. And now I just hope, now I put these fins on because I want my craft to decelerate very quickly and also to keep the center of aerodynamic stability above the center of mass so that, well, we don't crash into Kerbal at supersonic speed. This keeps the craft in a spin, which means the parachute has got a much easier time deploying. I don't know why I just turned on RCS. We have got no RCS. Anyways, falling back down to the space center here. Parachute has been indeed deployed and is opening right now. And I think this marks as a very, very successful first flight with all the data that we could have got. A terrible sentence there. Anyways, in 3, 2, 1, bonk. So, fairly simple rocket. Obviously, this is any career mode starting point. So, I'm only going to be launching 2 or 3 rockets this episode before we move on to the next one, which I might film actually later today. So, and look at that, we have gathered a nice 13 science to now use at R&D. Oh wow, there's a lot of really nice TFX. This is so weird. Okay, I like this one so far. Let's go on R&D and research our first nodes. Now, I have installed a bunch of stupidly complicated mods. Interstellar Extended, so, well, yeah. Then also stuff like this, and like really stupid stuff that really gets going quickly. I've got Station Parts Expansion Redux, which will add a bunch of new parts later on in game that will really make anything building fun. Obviously, I've also included a handful of more realistic advanced mods. For example, exotic nuclear propulsion and far future technologies, which will add whatever that is. I know I've got no clue what all of this stuff is. I installed random mods. There you are. That's the truth. I've installed completely random mods. But actually not really. Anyways, that out of the way, let's research our first nodes. Engineering 101 and basic rocketry. And now create our second rocket, which will be designed to fly higher and faster. And again, I've gone into the spaceplane hangar instead of going into the lab. I am really a smart person, aren't I? That out of the way, let's start building. So I'm going to be making obviously the simple stuff. Kerbal Engineer is annoying me. But we've also got Kerbal Inventory System, which is quite cool. It allows you to have a bunch of stuff when you're on EVA, which is pretty cool if you ask me. And Fuel Tanks Plus, which will add a bunch of stock-alike parts for like really anything, how it goes. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get ready for making an upper vacuum stage, which I've just done, which I don't know, might not use that actually. Now I've also got a bunch of other future technologies, including we've already got a hydrogen engine, so you can see what I'm talking about here. We're gonna press on. We're gonna make a completely completely liquid fuel rocket, because we're playing in science mode. Funds are irrelevant. We are going to add a decoupler for this top bit, and then of course a swivel engine, some aerodynamic fins at the bottom, and well, I should probably give it a name again. We'll call it B. Yeah, I think B fits. This rocket is simple, and if I was playing on career mode, would be quite costly. But who cares? Because as I said, I'm playing on science mode, and funds are not a problem. This will be my final rocket launch for this episode, so may as well make it cinematic. Full throttle, SAS engaged, and launching in 3, 2, 1, lift off! Bam! And as you can see, our rocket is absolutely flying into the air with a TTW of over 2.5. A lovely little rocket, this one. We will commence a counter spin gravity turn, because I know for sure that I won't be able to get to orbit. So doing gravity turns the right way is not on my priorities. We've cut our engine down to a lower throttle. And as you can see, the plumes with waterfall are expanding absolutely beautifully at the back of the craft. We're going to keep this pretty standard ascent profile as we absolutely fly over the mountains here. Once the craft runs out of fuel, we'll just let ourselves fly. It was at this point when I realised, I forgot any science. Now to spin to lose velocity, because, well, why not? We'll use this bottom fuel tank as our deceleration, sort of as a heat shield, really. That would have been really cool. Anyways, we're now drifting down through the atmosphere. We've flown over the entire continent, and, well, I'm getting ready for this episode to finish. Anyways, I hope you're gonna like this series. I did put a bit of thought into it, a bit. But, well, my first series that I'm actually planning to continue on this channel. My game has now frozen. Why has it frozen? Nobody knows, but now it's unfrozen. Coming in for a touchdown near this pond, the other side of the desert, with a bit of foggy landscape to our left. No, to our south. Yeah, to our south. You can start to see the parallax stuff coming into view as we slow down nicely, ready for touchdown. Yes, and we can start to see the things on the ground and the little funky little flowers. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, the first episode of Kentauri Dreams. And now that our fuel tank has exploded, I say, to the next time.